Off his fight, Tyson Fury in Las Vegas against the German Thomas Schwarz, and that's from midnight on Saturday the 15th. Here's Danny Rose. Now Dele Alli. Another situation, Jermaine, where you would suggest the Tottenham player rushed it a wee bit.
Just need to settle down a little bit in those areas. Just take your time, get your head up, see what else kind of develops. It's just a little bit rushed at times, making too many wrong decisions when they get into good positions on the pitch. A lot of the game has been like that. You know, you could say that about kind of Liverpool's midfield area, giving the ball away, just being a bit sloppy at times.
Tottenham Hotspur enjoying the majority of the possession, but it's not been possession that's caused a problem to Alisson in the Liverpool goal as yet. Henderson towards Salah. Firmino. Salah still out there as the widest Liverpool player, and in actual fact the last touch was off him. It's going to be a Tottenham Hotspur throw-in. Sissoko swings a blind pass out here, where there was no Tottenham Hotspur player. Joel Matip gets it through the gap to Robertson, and now Liverpool might well be in business down this side. They took a chance for the pass, the Liverpool defender, but it's allowed Robertson to run forward and hit one. And Lloris had to tip it over the bar. Hasn't scored yet this season, Robertson, and it took a fingertip save by Lloris to get it over.
Yeah, again, it was Trent before, it's Robinson this time. He had to tip it over, but you're right, it was a pass by Matip. And very nearly criticised the goalkeeper for giving it to Matip. I thought it was an awful position, but he made the most out of it, didn't he? Joe Matip, a huge amount of confidence to spray the ball out to Robertson. He did the rest.
It looked like he was panicking initially,
yeah,
but then he found the key pass, which allowed Robertson to advance and get that strike on goal.
Alexander Arnold's going to take one from the other side, so it's an outswinger, which is headed away by Son. Salah, and hits it over the bar on the volley.
It's a tough one, that, on your weak side.
Yeah. Well, this would be a concern for Tottenham. Looks like an elbow problem for Jan Vertonghen.
Here's the shot. Decent enough save, simple enough. I don't know where he's hurt his elbow, Jan Vertonghen, whether it was the last corner.
Strange one.
He's been in the wars, hasn't he, throughout this Champions League campaign, the Belgian international.
Looks like he's panicking a little bit.
Oh, there it was. His wrist, isn't it? Looks like, yep. And then it's his elbow. Let's hope he's all right. You don't like anybody going off injured, do you? Big game like this.
Lots of conversations have been going on down there between the Tottenham manager Mauricio Pochettino and a whole host of Tottenham players while they were treating Jan Vertonghen.
He seems positive, Mauricio, from what he's seen, and I think rightly so. I think they've been the better team on the ball, knocking it around. I think we've spoke about it time and time again. I'm just a little bit concerned that they're just not being direct enough at times. Just getting to that final third and it's breaking down, or when they can cross it and get shots on, they're not quite doing that. But he'll definitely be pleased with the way that his team have settled in after a tough start.
It's Mo Salah, Jordan Henderson, looking early here towards Sadio Mane. Trippier, the Tottenham defender. Robertson. Now Wijnaldum. Salah back to Sadio Mane, but gave Sissoko the opportunity to make the challenge. Here's Andy Robertson. Spurs have got it back with Eriksen and now Son. There is Jordan Henderson. He's going to strike one. Falls here for Roberto Firmino. Looking to make a bit of room. Finds his captain. Here's Alexander-Arnold. And Danny Rose with the block, and that's a Liverpool corner.
Yeah, Liverpool were quick to pounce on them there.
The relief for Lloris at the moment is that they've abandoned the tactic of surrounding him with as many players as they can at corners. Alexander-Arnold with another outswinger. Salah with another shot. And the deflection in the end has taken it behind for another corner.
It's a lovely defensive header by Harry Kane, I think it was there. Liverpool starting to build a bit of pressure.
It's important moments these now for Tottenham towards the end of the first half. Some good work being done after conceding such an early goal. It would be more bad news and more devastation if they conceded at this point in the game. We need to stand strong here.
Different corner taker, Mo Salah with the Liverpool delivery and Son with the clearance.
You have to miss the front man.
It'll be fascinating to see how this changes tactically the longer the night goes on. I think there's a general consensus that you're not likely to get the full 90 minutes out of Harry Kane, and then you look at how Tottenham would look different with Lucas Moura on the pitch and the kind of movement and speed that he brings to things at the other end.
If the game stays like this, I see him staying on the pitch, Harry Kane. I think they'll just add to it, Maurizio. They'll just add more firepower to the mix and try and obviously get that goal they're desperate for.
It's a handball. Brings the free kick to Spurs. You've got a feel for him though, haven't you? Hat-trick in the semi-final, and then he's on the bench in the final. It's a cruel world at times, football.
Yep.
Kane was looking for the free kick there and didn't get it. Salah can have a run. Vertonghen's over there for Tottenham. Here's Danny Rose.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Rose to Dele Alli. 3-on-3 here. Kane and Son are up there with the England man. Son's made the run, and it wasn't a good enough ball at all by Dele Alli.
You're being polite, Fletch. It was an awful ball by him.
It's usually his thing.
Yeah.
That's usually his thing, that calmness in key moments.
Maybe half-time will do them all a little bit of good, JJ, just to, as you say, just to settle down, have a chat, because moments like that, 3-on-3, you're driving into the penalty area, Liverpool defenders backing off, you have to be better.
Especially at this level.
He's had a stop-start season, hasn't he, Dele Alli? A succession of hamstring problems, which has meant that he's been in and out of the Tottenham team. He hasn't scored in the Champions League yet this season. It's nights like this where you want your big game players to step up and have big games.
He's definitely one of them, in my opinion.
Robertson just able to reach that one. Harry Kane hasn't had a sniff, has he, so far in this final?
I think the same could be said for Roberto Firmino, who there's fitness worries about as well, to be very honest. Mane's looked dangerous. Salah, of course, has got the goal.
I think he's spot on, Maka. He's been quiet, Firmino. He usually has much more of an influence on the game.
There's Sissoko as we move into 2 minutes of additional time here at the end of the first half. Heung-min Son. They've got a man over on the other side, Danny Rose, but Dele Alli didn't see him. Eriksen, who's normally so much more accurate from that kind of position, had the whole of the goal to aim at and smashed it high and wide.
Yeah, sure would have scored. You have to get it on target. And what more can you say? You'd trust him all day long, wouldn't you, Christian Eriksen? The player he is.
I think it's one of them where, look, you're happy for him to take it on because you know eventually he'll catch one, but he's been one of the players that's probably been a little bit quiet within the team.
I think a lot of them have, to be very honest. I think the second half has to be better quality-wise by both sides.
There's Kieran Trippier up towards Harry Kane. Joel Matip there for Liverpool, and then Virgil van Dijk.
It's strange. I don't tend to see that a lot from Liverpool. They usually have so much control over those types of situations. Knock it down, pick up the second ball, play out.
You see Jurgen Klopp, he's got his arms outstretched as if he's saying why, because as you rightly said, Jadon, normally that's just headed into midfield and Liverpool turn and move forward, but panic stations all the time at the moment. Maybe it's just the occasion, a bit of fatigue setting in with the climate.
Yeah. And Son cleared away by Joel Matip. Alexander-Arnold over there benefiting from the slip by Danny Rose. A couple of Tottenham players over there indicating the ball might well have crossed the line, but the referee didn't see it that way.
It's another good opportunity there. Winks in another good position.
Didn't look, did he? Didn't twist his head, yeah.
Well, there is the half-time whistle, and it was a handball inside the opening 30 seconds by Moussa Sissoko of Tottenham that provided Liverpool with a penalty, and up stepped Mo Salah, who went off after half an hour last season in the Champions League final, but he smashed his penalty down the middle to give them the lead. It's been a quiet half for Harry Kane, who's not had any kind of service at the other end, and it's Liverpool who go in at half-time with the lead in the Champions League final. It's Tottenham Hotspur 0, Liverpool 1.
Shaving has been difficult for me. I have very sensitive skin. I get ingrown hairs, so it's a daunting task. Oh, I love it. It's a great razor. It has that fence in the middle. It gives it a nice smooth shave. Just stopping that irritation, that burn that I get is really life-changing.
The cloud I need, it has to keep up with sales, supply chain, inventory. It needs to track it all, from Cincinnati to Singapore. Ooh. And protect it all. Customer records, our financials, they better be secured. But I also need easy access to manage data across my clouds, no matter where it lives. So if an auditor shows up, I can be a step ahead. That's the cloud I want. Is that too much to ask? Expect more from your cloud. IBM Cloud.
I'm going to start with some balayage clip-ins, then razor cut up to a blunt angled lob. I'm retiring, you're my swan song.
What?
He's going to slap some clips in your hair, give you a bob, and then he's going to move to Boca Raton. But you're going to look amazing.
Okay.
There are multiples on the table. One is cash, 3 are FHA, 1 is VA. So what can you do?
She's saying a whole lot of people want to buy this house. But you got this. It can be as simple as push-button get mortgage. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender.
Fire TV Cube? Alexa, turn on the TV. Play MasterChef. Alexa, volume up. Done.
Vote now for the House of Highlights Moment of the Year on NBA.com/awards. The 2019 NBA Awards presented by Kia returns June 24th on TNT.
I dreamt there was a man. He was involved in something bad.
I need to take children to live in eternity in Christmas land.
The girl who finds lost things and finds lost children. I'm the only one with the power to stop him.
There's a nice list and a naughty list. And she's not on my naughty list. Nosferatu.
Hello and welcome to BR Football Halftime, presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. The Champions League final underway at the Estadio Metropolitano, the home of Atletico Madrid. It is Liverpool and Tottenham playing here tonight, though Liverpool with a 1-0 lead over Spurs at the halfway point. We're going to take you to the highlights from the first half and check in on what's been an interesting 45 minutes so far.
Interesting's a nice word. We've had some great games in this Champions League. This certainly hasn't been one of them in the first half, but controversy, 22 seconds in, a handball here on Sissoko. Guys, I mean, we're going to talk about this one a little bit after, but it certainly does touch his arm. Take into account the distance that he is away. It hits his chest a little bit too. The long, unnatural position. Either way, Mo Salah steps up, smashes that one home, and what a start for Liverpool.
Ideal start for Liverpool. Dream start, to be honest. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andrew Robertson got involved early on in this game as well. But as you said, Sue, there wasn't a whole ton of chances in this game. Tottenham had the bulk share of the possession. I just thought Liverpool were a lot more dangerous and more advanced and played a little bit quicker, getting the ball higher up the pitch and in dangerous areas in the final third.
Yeah, I thought Spurs played all right. They rebounded from an early deficit. They possessed the ball. They weren't sharp in the final third. I actually think for them, at times, they got to look to go long over the top. I think they got an opportunity there with some of their, Son or whatever to get in behind. But it's that second ball sometimes I think they can relieve pressure, because you put Liverpool under a lot of pressure on that ball. Try to go long. If they deal with it and everyone's rushing up the field, they coughed it up a couple times. Spurs just weren't sharp
you're critical
enough.
of Spurs in the final third. Liverpool weren't great in the final third either. I think this sometimes happens, though, when you have two teams that are so familiar with each other in the Premier League that are now playing in a Champions League final. Do you overthink it? The tactics sessions, everything you've done to prepare for the weakness of the other team coming into it. And I think that's the result of this game. We saw the same in the Europa League final between Chelsea and Arsenal. So I think second half this game will open up a little bit. But from Tottenham's perspective, Mo, I still want to see more from Harry Kane. He hasn't looked as sharp. He really hasn't been involved. And overall, their final third, when they've looked to play in transition, they haven't had the same spark they've had in previous games.
Yeah, he hasn't been involved too much. But in the wide areas as well, we talked about that in the beginning of the game, about that being an area where both teams could threaten from. You see at times Harry Winks, you see Sissoko ushering Trippier to get higher up the pitch. Early on, Vertonghen sprayed a couple balls wide into him in that final third area, a little bit slow with his delivery, but those were areas that they can attack and exploit, especially in transition moments.
Listen, we do want to give you another look at that penalty. We're going to revisit that after the break. Make sure you can see that clearly. Apologies. We're going to be right back after a short break. Stay with us.
BR Football Halftime is presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. To make a great carbonara, you need great eggs. I love to get eggs straight from... Oh.
Did you take my eggs again, Daryl?
Change of plans. Just Postmated.
It all comes down to a single, defining moment. When a plan stops being a plan and gets set into motion. Today's Merrill can help you get there. With the people, tools, and personalized advice to help turn your ambitions into action. What would you like the power to do?
A serious error has occurred. A serious error has occurred.
They didn't think they'd get this far. Or meet them. Or him. Or realize just how fun a road trip could be. They discovered a new favorite food, a new favorite view, and made some new favorite memories. Book your flights, hotel, and car on Expedia, and travel like a champion. Expedia.
This summer, you could check everything off the to-do list. Like book a table at the hottest new restaurant. Update your wardrobe with some brand new kicks. Go see the biggest shows at the coolest venues. Pack everything you can into every single day. Or you could take it from summer's favorite beer and just throw that checklist to the breeze and let yourself summer.
BR Football Halftime is presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can tell you, but it's like to. It's your thing. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can tell you.
Hi.
Hi. You know my comadre says you're the best stylist in town.
Oh, no, that's Jorge.
You're not Jorge?
No, I'm George.
But you're just as good, right? It's my double quinceañera today.
Oh, I'm okay, but Jorge, he's the one they call the Golden Sisters.
Well, what do they call you?
Just George.
Just okay is not okay, especially when it comes to your network. AT&T is America's best wireless network according to America's biggest test. Now with 5G Evolution, the first step to 5G.
The AI I need, it's got to scale across my business. Starting here in procurement, helping us find the right suppliers. Then here in logistics, to avoid disruptions. Here in sales. Even here, I'm talking about AI we can build to work.
Here, predicting trends.
And here, wherever our data lives.
And here, working with all our other AI.
I think we're done here. Expect more from AI. IBM Watson.
PNC Bank has technology to help make banking easier. Like PNC Easy Lock, so you can easily lock your credit card when its maximum limit differs from its vertical limit. And Clover Flex, for when you need to take credit cards when no one carries cash. Or requesting a call to help get a new credit card, one that hasn't followed the family goldfish. PNC, make today the day.
Who do we have here?
Charlie Makes.
I felt the presence of a powerful, strong creative in the area.
I'm the only one with the power to stop him.
Victoria.
Then I'm gonna burn Christmas land to the ground.
He's been here, hasn't he?
I'll be in touch.
match is brought to you by Heineken and Lay's, UEFA Champions League official sponsors.
Okay, welcome back to the Champions League final at the Estadio Metropolitano in Madrid. Liverpool with a 1-0 lead since the first minute of the game. It was a controversial incident. Have we got time to look at it again?
And the Reds claim.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, this is the referee, Damir Scamino, who's one of the best in the game. When he makes this call, I mean, we could say it's harsh. We could argue is his hand in a natural, unnatural position. Sissoko's really unfortunate either way. But once he makes this call, I don't think there's enough there. When we're talking about video review, is there clear and obvious to say that that is not a handball? I do not think so. So I think it's the right call at that moment. Once he whistles for the penalty to keep it that way. I don't like the call with it being so early in the game. It's really changed the way the entire game has been played. But Spurs, Steve, to your point, they responded really well from that. They didn't change their game plan. They kept playing. They got back into the game. They were playing through Liverpool's press really well. So unfortunate to go down so early, but they battled back and shown some character.
Can we touch on Harry Kane for a second? Because obviously it was an interesting choice from Mauricio Pochettino to put him on right from the very start. Does he keep him on for the rest of this 45 minutes?
I think he still has a role to play in this game. He's been quiet, so yes, he hasn't got the touches, but I still think he'll grow into this game. He'll still play a role in terms of being a physical presence. He'll get in. He'll find some touches in this early bit of this first half, and that'll ease him into the game. I think he keeps him on for as long as possible, and maybe the full 90. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I think to me, though, Mo, they're not getting him the ball in the areas where he's effective.
I agree with you. They haven't played direct enough at times, getting balls into the box early. They've been very patient at times, too patient, and they haven't been patient enough. So I think if they get the rhythm, they'll get more opportunities for Harry Kane.
And my thing, too, watching Tottenham play, the way Liverpool have been pressing, I've been impressed, with the confidence and the composure from Tottenham to play through that. But then when they have had transitional moments, that's where I think you're missing having another player with speed like Lucas Moura, because Son has been running them. His touches haven't been clean in the final third, but he's getting those opportunities. They just don't have the numbers in attack.
But I think they got to be careful, too, because that playing out the back could play to their just minds. The way that Liverpool presses in those high areas, if you cough up the ball there, it's a transition. You're talking about transitional moments. You're 10, 15 yards outside the 18 going to goal there. So they got to be careful with that as well.
Guys, Liverpool taking an awfully long time to come back out to the pitch for the second half. What would Jurgen Klopp have been saying to them in the dressing room?
I think Jurgen Klopp would want his team to possess the ball a little bit more. Now we know we know how they like to press. When they counter press, they win the ball up high. And because Tottenham have been good on the ball, they haven't had those opportunities. So now how do Liverpool, do they play in possession? Moussa Sissoko and Harry Winks, Steve, are doing an excellent job in the middle. Sissoko's coming out to that right-hand side. He's nullified their fullback. So I think for Liverpool to be effective in the second half, more of Andy Robertson, more of Trent Alexander-Arnold. To get them higher up the field, you need more possession.
All right, 45 minutes all to play for. We're going to be back with more at full time. Back to your commentators, Tony Jones and David Pleat.
So Tottenham get the ball rolling at the start of the second half, and they're looking for a big improvement, having conceded that penalty. Mohamed Salah putting Liverpool in front in only the second minute. Spurs need some inspiration. Maybe the inspiration provided when they won 3-2 in Amsterdam to go through on away goals against Ajax in the semi-final. Champions League of shocks and surprises, none bigger than that one. Liverpool's success against Barcelona in the second leg of their semi-final at Anfield. But here it's advantage to Liverpool, looking to make up for the disappointment of losing the final in Kiev to Real Madrid a year ago. Mohamed Salah not even making it to half-time on that occasion, forced off with a shoulder injury. Sissoko, who gave away that penalty after only 23 seconds of the game. So much debate about whether or not Damir Scamino was right to award the penalty, but the argument now, of course, is whether or not the arm is in a natural position. Son. Trippier. Ali. Hit the web, Alexander-Arnold. David Clint alongside me had an opportunity at half-time, David, to look at one or two more angles of the incident which led to that penalty kick. After Sissoko's intervention, the arm was high. It was into the armpit, you said.
Well, he certainly made his body bigger by putting his arms out, and obviously the directive is getting a little bit tougher in terms of, well, let's watch this first. Kane going into the box.
Cross was whizzed across in front of Son and behind Dele Alli.
I just feel the requirement for a penalty now is getting more difficult for defenders not to concede. The effort was only a couple of yards away from Sissoko. I don't know what opportunity he had to get his arm out the way. Spurs have to show more penetration, throw more people forward, maybe a chance for Moura perhaps. If after 60 minutes the score stays the same, the fullbacks will have to play a little bit higher, of course, and that might give more opportunity for the speed of Salah, who's pulled out into a very wide position, and Mane, Firmino still playing fairly central. But whilst it stays at 1-0, Tottenham will have a chance. But they have to show a little bit quicker pace when they get into the area approaching the attacking third. They get into that area, but then they're not moving the ball quick enough when they get there. At the moment, Van Dijk coping with Kane rather comfortably, certainly in the air.
Virgil van Dijk has had an outstanding season, a season which we're going to overtime with the Netherlands involved in the UEFA Nations League this coming week. So with Rose. Henderson happy for that to go out for a Liverpool throw. Liverpool settled in defence now with Matip alongside Van Dijk. To remember that to last season, and then Lovren being substituted before half-time when, again, Wembley was running out of Liverpool's reach against Tottenham.
Noticeable there that Sissoko was telling right-back Trippier to pull as wide as possible and get on that touchline and get well forward. I think we can certainly see that if there's going to be an improvement in terms of Spurs going forward, it might have to come from Rose and Trippier from wide positions.
Trippier's free kick. Liverpool weren't expecting that. Flag now has been raised on the far side. And he was offside. Alexander-Arnold, 20-year-old graduate of the Liverpool Academy. Brought up on Merseyside at West Derby. Firmino, who's been very much a bit part player in recent weeks because of his injury problems. Sissoko. Henderson. Initially by Vertonghen. Eased on again by Sissoko. An opportunity now for Tottenham to counter. Eriksen. Good defending by Robertson, who stood his ground. Surged forward by Winks. Supported by Trippier.
quicker play by Tottenham. Either Winks or Sissoko can just gamble a little bit from that midfield deep area, push forward. Liverpool still in control of the game though.
Tottenham yet to have an attempt on target. Alexander-Arnold. And towards Salah. It can play by Mane. Firmino available. Ronaldo. Firmino. Robertson. Fabinho.
I think Kane has to try and escape Van Dijk's attentions. Maybe drop in a little bit deeper. Once again, Trippier trying to get forward on that right-hand side, finding space there. And once again, trying to get a forward ball in, but Liverpool play very well there. Great clearance and a great ball through.
Salah. Firmino for support. Sissoko struggling to tidy up for Tottenham. Henderson. Fabinho. Robertson. It's a terrific cross in. Excellent work by Lloris.
Yeah, brilliant save amongst bodies there. Lovely teasing ball by Robertson. Made so much progress since he left Scotland. It's been a startling buy from Hull City.
Someone whose career had to go backwards before it went forwards. Here's Ali. He was crowded out eventually. Brighter from Tottenham. A sight of goal at last.
And let's see a slackening of pace later on in the game. It is still very warm. It was in the second half at Anfield that Spurs turned their struggle into an ascendancy. Oh, Rose is foul.
Ali. Helped away by Matip. Rose has stayed down and it appeared to be in need of attention. I think Liverpool trying to suggest that it was an elaborate dive by Danny Rose. That suggests otherwise.
He definitely got caught there. It was the knee of the young fullback that caught Rose. Referee's kept a tight lid on it. Here we see that excellent spade of Lloris, just denying and defying Mane. Lloris, captain of France, World Cup winner, of course.
Rose not troubled by the deflected effort from Fabinho. Rose still down, still receiving attention, and has now been helped back to his feet. Ben Davies is the obvious replacement should they need to change things, but Rose does look able to continue, and Tottenham also vigorously limbering up both Llorente and Lucas Moura.
Well, 3 subs, of course, are allowed, and a 4th one in this competition if it goes into extra time.
It's Liverpool with the advantage. That penalty after 2 minutes by Mohamed Sarri's 5th goal in the Champions League this season. Son taking on Robertson. Excellent work by Son to earn Tottenham a corner. Tongan making his way forward with Alderweireld. Touched away by Allison. Met by Rose. Behind for another Tottenham corner.
The standard of the corner kicking has been very good. Goalkeepers forcing to punch amongst groups of players.
Rose to deliver. Allison untroubled.
Doesn't look too troubled by that arm injury that he had in the first half. Allison taking the goal kick, but doesn't seem any in hurry because Firmino, who had a quiet time, to be fair, in the first half, we made a point about it, didn't seem to get into the play.
Roberto Firmino makes way. Divock Origi, the Belgian international, comes on in his place. The game's first change. Got a play by Allison.
Dilemma for the head coach, Pochettino, because Tottenham are playing slightly improved in this half. And it's coming towards the period where he would be thinking about a substitution, but he'd be looking at his team and maybe thinking they're going to get back into the game as they play at the moment. Henderson looking for foul now. I have to say that these three officials only give fouls when absolutely sure. Absolutely sure.
Robertson. It is a straight swap for Liverpool. There's Origi coming on in place of Firmino.
Probably quicker, not as subtle, but a strong runner.
Firmino hasn't hit the heights of last season with Liverpool, but it's a season which has been disrupted by injury. One problem which has kept him out of the team since April. Jurgen Klopp happy to risk him from the start. Tottenham happy to risk Harry Kane. Henderson looking for Origi. Sissoko. Now Rose.
Henderson did well there to get back into good position and jockey and make Rose play the ball backwards.
Winks. Ali. Son. Here's Eriksson. It's Eriksson. Trippier. Ali.
Overhit, but a little better from Spurs. I think Ali might be the one to leave the field if Tottenham do make a substitution. I think that Mora's pace might be more effective at the moment.
Liverpool will be making the next change, having brought on Origi. They're looking to bring on James Milner. Rose with the interception, getting that ahead of Alexander-Arnold.
Milner has had a wonderful career at several clubs, Villa, Newcastle, Manchester City. Really has been a wonderful utility man over the seasons. Still going strong, gives great energy, great team responsibility.
The 33-year-old will now be introduced. And it's Ronaldo who goes off.
Well, we said in the first half that Ronaldo wasn't finding it easy to get hold of the ball. Scored that vital header against Barcelona, of course, which set Anfield roaring just after half-time.
2 vital goals having come on as the second half substitute in that semi-final win. Talk about James Milner's experience. This is his 98th European appearance.
Kane's been out-muscled on several occasions by the attentions of Matip and Van Dijk. So far found it very difficult to win those aerial challenges, clearances from deep.
The question must be, how fit is Harry Kane? Some rustiness inevitable given the time that he and Harry Winks have spent on the sidelines. Origi. He was happy to get his way. Standing firm in front of the first of Liverpool's 2 substitutes.
Interesting substitutions because they're in command of the game and he's made them quite early. One would suspect that it won't be long before Moura has to be introduced.
There's a buzz coming from the Tottenham supporters away to our left because Lucas Moura's been called up by Pochettino's number 2, Jesus Perez. The change is imminent. Tottenham looking to alter things in the hope that they can claw the goal back. Vertonghen with Salah.
Once again, the referee having none of it. Salah feeling he was fouled there, pushed off the ball, but
Sissoko. Winks had to work hard to hold off Henderson. He was snapping at his heels.
Good play by Liverpool. Good shape by Liverpool, making it very difficult. Vertonghen thinking about the ball left to right. In the end, he plays it down the centre, and once again Kane just second to it and then gives away the free kick. Can Moura be the hero again for the London side?
It's a change which Tottenham aren't going to make just yet. It's Harry Winks who's going off. Pochettino knows that he's got to gamble now. 20 minutes of the second half played. How do you see that, David? Go for broke?
Well, Winks doesn't score goals. I mean, he's got another goal scorer on the field for a link player. Sissoko may have to sit a little bit deeper, see if Eriksen can get a bit more involved. Eriksen's the playmaker in the team. He hasn't done enough so far to make things happen.
True of Eriksen and Dele Alli. Can history repeat itself? Can Lucas Moura make all the difference for Tottenham? 2 goals in 4 minutes, 3 in 41 in Amsterdam, including that one in the 6th minute of second half stoppage time. Mane. Alexander-Arnold.
He does like that early cross, Arnold. It was a fine move by Liverpool to put Arnold in possession. Ex-England schoolboy international.
And both poised on the edge of Tottenham's penalty area. The ball didn't reach him. He was threatened to reach him. Swept away by Vertonghen again. It's a game which hasn't really hit the heights which we might have anticipated, David. But given that Liverpool scored so early on, the job of not exactly having been done has put the pressure on Tottenham to try and find a response, and they've lacked the creativity really to do that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Tony. It's been difficult for them because once you get in front, then if you keep your shape, you can make it very difficult for the opposition. Liverpool have worked very hard. Quarter of the game to go. Tottenham still in with a chance while the score stays the same, but they need some inspiration and they haven't found it yet.
Mane. Mane away from Eriksen. Now being pursued by Ali. Milner. It was a good chance. It was a clear opportunity for him.
Yeah, it wasn't quite well balanced enough to hit that ball in with his left foot. He's a two-footed player, is Milner. But of course, spaces will develop. Eriksen's gone much deeper now. Eriksen and Sissoko, the link players. He's almost 4 up front now. Moura, Kane, Ali and Son. I'm sure Tottenham will get a chance. It's whether they'll get that chance and take it before Liverpool get a second, of course.
Liverpool in the Premier League won their last 9 games. Suffered only 1 defeat all season to Manchester City, the champions, defending champions. A Liverpool team who conceded only 22 league goals. In by Rose. Knocked away by Matip.
Massive call for hands there. More in hope, I think, than anything else. But Rose doing what Liverpool did in the first half, getting in advanced and getting a cross in early.
Ball pinged around so quickly inside the Liverpool penalty area. The difference between the incident which led to Liverpool's first minute penalty award. Sissoko with his arms away from his body. It's a fantastic run by Trippier. The ball has come right the way through to Rose. Tottenham might still be able to make something of this. Trippier again. Can he deliver this time? Alisson holds on and quite comfortably.
I think Trippier's got a hamstring.
Yeah, he's in some discomfort on the far side. His Champions League final may well be over, but here come Liverpool at the other end. Trippier's hamstring stretched. Tottenham are stretched. Here's Mane.
Brilliant clearance by Alderweireld there, and Sissoko did well too to get back and make it difficult. He's out down. Trippier's definitely feeling his hamstring. Looks as though he's going to play on. It's Sissoko that needs the treatment, and Rose also down. Wouldn't be the substitutions that Pochettino would want to make.
Fantastic distribution by Alisson then. So nearly a second Liverpool goal.
Yeah, good break. Lots of space for Liverpool to exploit there.
That's the other attempt from Milner. Everybody wearing white now back on their feet. No guarantee that the three who've just gone down injured will be able to see out the 90 minutes.
Moura's trying to link the play, closely watched by Fabinho. And once again, that's the compose that we see so often from Spurs, which makes supporters nervous at times.
And they've brought on Lucas Moura. He might be forced into bringing on Eric Dyer because of the defensive issues that they've got, given away by Sissoko.
Could have been a crucial ball played forward there for Salah. Salah still full of running.
Kane. Now Son. Here's Dele Alli. And straight into Alisson's arms.
Trying to find that far post area, that side netting at the back post. No problem for Alisson, and finally Sissoko has gone down. Didn't test the goalkeeper. Grateful for the clutch. I thought Eriksen had a chance possibly before that. Another change, maybe for Tottenham. Has to be Dyer, but probably Sissoko, injury, forced change.
Sissoko's handball led to Liverpool going in front, is replaced by Eric Dyer. A few opportunities for Dyer in the Champions League this season. A couple of starts in the group phase, but this is only his fourth appearance off the bench. But he is adaptable.
Tiredness might also play a factor now. Around 15 minutes of the game to go. Tottenham have to throw caution to the wind.
Rose. Dele Alli. Moura. Robertson with the interception. Trippier hopelessly out of position. Salah. Mane's darted into the penalty area. Origi's under that.
Moura retrieves it. It was his pass that put Tottenham in trouble there and gave Robertson a chance.
Son. Terrific run by Son. Magnificent defending by Virgil van Dijk. Stride for stride.
Well, outstanding Dutch player. He's won all the awards this season in England.
Eriksen. Tottenham in a hurry. Here's Kane getting away from Henderson. Kane for a second time. Trippier. Son. There's a big shout from Alexander-Arnold, who was almost embarrassed then as he failed to cut out the cross. Handball against Son Heung-min.
Well, once again, Tottenham a little bit unlucky there to be penalised. Van Dijk just put his arm across him, and that long stride was able to intercept that ball.
And look at the replay of the Son handball. You can't accuse the officials of lacking consistency. Knocked away by Robertson. And Fabinho. Mane. Scored for Liverpool in the final last year. Final which
Salah
saw... Sorry, David, go on.
Salah's still making those penetrating runs. He's the danger man for Liverpool at the moment as Tottenham push forward. Has every chance of finding some space in between the central defenders and getting through on goal. Pochettino pulling Mane in a bit narrower from that left-hand side.
I said earlier in the game, David, that neither coach was too animated, but they're both on their feet now. Jurgen Klopp passing on instructions to his Liverpool players. 2 changes made.
Well, it's a crucial period now.
And hold on to what we have. A 1-goal advantage. Rose. Now Eriksson. They've been spoiled in the Champions League this season with all the drama. Not only in the semi-finals, Manchester United, but that win against Paris Saint-Germain. Kane. Trippier. Dele Alli up. And Dele Alli over.
Couldn't quite get over the ball. Matic was challenging and did a good job. Trippier crossing that ball in. Nicely flighted ball, but Ali did well. He was leaning slightly backwards.
Son. Made a mazy run by Son. Origi. Salah just checking his run, having initially been in an offside position. Eric Dyer. 2 changes for Tottenham. The third one is imminent. Maybe Fernando Llorente ready to come on. Change of focus in attack. Son. Poured away by Alisson. Saw it all the way. Not up. Not this time. Tottenham asking a few more questions. Liverpool with a bit more to think about. Approaching the final 10 minutes in Madrid. Origi.
Origi not quite found his touch so far with his passing.
Dele Alli. Liverpool struggling to get to grips with Son, who's in a more withdrawn role now. Hasn't been picked up here. It's Son. And this time it didn't get hot.
Trippier once again had gone way forward on the right-hand side, hoping for that ball. It didn't come.
Final instructions for Llorente. Well, it's drifted out for a corner kick. I'm not entirely sure that the assistant on the near side was up with play then. He's probably a metre away from the corner flag, but it has been awarded. It's Dele Alli who's going off for Tottenham. Flurry of activity in front of Alisson.
Well, he's been the saviour once before this season for Tottenham. In those group games where Tottenham only had 1 point after 3 games.
Important intervention at Manchester City as well.
Neither team were top of their group, which is interesting.
Both teams having a squeeze to get into the knockout phase. Milner with a corner kick. Helped on by Salah. Helped away by Son. Henderson. Terrific drive by the Liverpool captain. They then had a rush of blood to the head. And here come Tottenham again.
Pochettino passionately urging them forward now. Nothing to lose.
Vertonghen. Trippier to deliver. Rose. Llorente. Referee has let that go for a second before deciding that Tottenham didn't have the advantage. It was right on the edge of the penalty area. It was outside. Harry Kane thought otherwise.
It was a very interesting one. It was a misheader. There's the challenge. It's almost on the line. I think the referee's correct.
It has been checked for a potential penalty, but I think we will find it as a free kick. Not that I want to do the official's job.
Well, this is where Eriksen is so valuable for Tottenham. But goalkeeper Alisson has had a wonderful season. Has coped with everything that Tottenham have thrown at him tonight.
Eriksen could have a go from here. Could also try to pick out a teammate.
Two-man wall. It's 10 metres away.
Not an easy free kick for Liverpool to try and defend. Eriksen poised. Terrific save by Alisson.
Yeah, a wonderful save. Every player now in the Liverpool half as Tottenham desperately try and find an equaliser. Once again, the Slovenian referee telling players about pushing and holding and scrummaging in that crowded area.
Little more than 5 minutes remaining. Trippier with a corner kick. Missed by everybody and put over by Son, who was offside anyway. Wouldn't have counted.
Good play by Liverpool. As soon as that outswinger was headed, they were quickly out and they knew that they could get an offside decision. Here we see it. Oh, Son stayed there.
Excellent free kick by Eriksen. An acrobatic save by Alisson, who would probably be disappointed to have that beaten him, but he did have to stretch. Mane. Salah spinning away. Left the ball behind. Hoisted forward by Lloris. From one goalkeeper to the other.
Can't recall an effort at goal for Harry Kane, the England captain, the Tottenham centre forward.
Tottenham now with more attempts on target than Liverpool. Put out by Rose.
He had no option. Salah lurking. Once again, that crossfield ball delivered by Robertson. Such a cunning, clever, swerving pass.
I think Danny Rose was trying to chest that back to his goalkeeper.
Liverpool taking the time with the corner kicks. Alderweireld off the field.
Tottenham used all 3 substitutes. They won't want Liverpool to take this corner kick until...
Good refereeing.
Yep, until Alderweireld is back in position. In by Milner. Origi! No arguments now. It's Liverpool's Champions League.